What's happening? Look at this new setup. How exciting. Another one, I know. Moving all over the place, never stopping. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm so excited because I get to talk about a film that's personal in a way. You know, communities are really a hard thing to represent on screen, and Ireland as an island has so many of them, to the point where I believe Ireland, and more specifically Northern Ireland, hasn't been truly represented on the big screen on a global level scale like this up until this date, until this film. When you think of Ireland, you think of Ireland. You don't think of Northern Ireland and don't see them as two separate countries, and there's a lot of people here who would say the same thing, and it just depends where you're from. And that's fair enough, that's understandable. I don't want to take this review politically in any way, because I could easily go that way, and that's not the point of this review, or really the point of this film. And I know what you're thinking, Ryan, there's so many iconic Irish films out there. These are just a few floating around me right now. I get that there has been, but as I said before, for Northern Ireland, it's somewhat been underrepresented on the big screen. This film takes place in Belfast. And yes, there's been plenty of good films that have taken place within Belfast before, but this one feels different, unique. This nation as a nation is trapped in the past, and it's quite a negative thing as far as a living circumstance is. And I don't really want to get into that today because, again, that's not the purpose. This is set in a modern day Belfast, and the presentation of the city here is so true to what it's like in a way a lot of the time. I'm not from Belfast. I currently live in Belfast, but I'm not originally. But I still have that connection to this city because it is such a small nation that I come from, and it's the biggest one in the nation. So you know what it's like. You know where it's from, how it operates, the people in it, and what the people are like.
You just love your McDonald's anyway, don't you? Just conscious.
This is a wonder day. This would be a day for me to get a fucking carry out, get a shitload of gear and get fucked up.
Say it again.
Your goodies are scrappers there, say it again.
And look who I'm joined by, a former graduate of Keith Cruises' summer soccer school. It's only wee Bunter Castles. Alright, Bunter. Alright, Keith, how's it going, mate?
So to see that on the big screen was cool. It's cool. Everyone from here sort of has an appreciation for Belfast, despite the fact it's a shithole. But it's our shithole, so we enjoy it for that fact. As I said, I don't want to get political, it's not the purpose of this video, and with Kneecap as a group, it's quite easy to go down that path because of how divisive they are. Everyone I've told that I went and seen this film have either went, that's cool, what was it like? Or they went, why the fuck would you go and see those arseholes in a movie? I myself have no real huge affiliation towards the trio. I do enjoy their music. I'm a fan of hip-hop, I've always been, will always be. Irish hip-hop, which is something that isn't a thing. Man, not to this scale. Very undervalued. Hip-hop here is not something you listen to. There's a line in this film where they say that Irish people don't listen to hip-hop, never mind Irish hip-hop. And it's so true. It's so true. People here love to listen to country and rock and that sort of stuff. Britpop, stuff like that. They're just the usual expected what you would get. They would never go out and listen to Jay-Z or Eazy-E or Kendrick Lamar, maybe some Kanye or something. But it's not their focus. It's not what they love. And that's understandable. It's just the place we come from, the people we come from, and there's no issues in that. So to see this group, this trio, advocate for such a small genre on this big scale is just fantastic. The newest album, Fine Art, is an album that I'm a fan of. I really enjoy listening to it. It's got some really, really great tracks on it. Really great tracks on it. And it's so catchy, it's so fun. The way they sort of seamlessly go between Irish and English and speak it so clearly is just so electric and so enjoyable to listen to that it really makes you want to just keep exploring it. And it allows for the songs to have this unbelievable flow that you don't really get from other hip-hop tracks. And their chemistry and their production is just so energetic, and they play off each other so fantastically. So for them to be the focus and the subject of this film is so interesting, and it also makes the film have this same energy. The film perfectly captures the energy of their music and the sound that comes with it, and their chemistry and their performances. And that's where I'm going to start. The core three here are fantastic. The characters of Nisha, Liam and JJ, they're great. They're really good, and obviously they become their Kneecap counterparts. Wakara and DJ Provo, and they play off each other so fantastically, and they're just complemented by a fantastic supporting cast that all seem to just represent here and really bring life to the locations and the locale and the people and the communities of it. You know, there's so many ridiculous things in this film that's so fun to watch and so interesting to watch unfold on the big screen. And also these performances are elevated by a fantastic script. This film is absolutely hilarious. The tone of this is pretty consistent throughout. There's so many spinning plates and you have no idea where they're going to go or what they're going to do with them, and you're sort of at a point in the film you're thinking, where is this going, how is this going to end? And then it all sort of just comes together so seamlessly, and all the plates that have been spinning all just crash upon one another, but they create a picture on the ground of like the city hall or something. I don't know what, but yeah, it all comes together really well, and that is due to the script. This film has a real energy to it, a real quickness, a real speed, and its presentation, from its editing to its performances to its music to its soundtrack, everything runs at this quick pace, and it allows for the pacing of the film to feel sort of seamless and sort of lets the film blast by. This thing is a blast. It's so fun to watch, and that's due to its comedy and its performances and its story, but then also it knows when to take it more serious. It knows when to hit you in the more emotional moments, especially near the end of the film. Elements like from jokes to slang to people, that just shows that it was made for people from Northern Ireland and Ireland as well. There's a joke in here that uses Jerry Adams, and I guarantee most people don't know who that is. And it's probably the funniest thing that involves Jerry Adams since he walked out from behind a bush.
My name's Jerry Adams. I used to be Director on Sinn Féin.
And that's one thing that this film does, is that it could go down those paths, but it sort of pokes fun at a lot of different elements of this country and the ideas and the people and the mentality of the way that it operates. We shouldn't root for these guys at all. They're arseholes in a way. But we can't help but not. And that's such an achievement for a script, because that's such a hard thing to do. You can't help but advocate for the success, and when it comes, you feel justified in it. And as well as the performances, Michael Fassbender really brings his A game. You can tell he's like top tier talent. He gives a great straight man performance. He's entertaining to watch, and he's in it more than I expected. I didn't think him to be in it that much. I thought he'd only be in it for like 10 minutes, but he's in this quite a lot. And it's cool to see such a major A-list actor be involved in such a local film that has so many local film production companies, like Screen Ireland and Northern Ireland Screen. They're sort of the big ones, but there's smaller ones as well, like Wildcard and stuff like that there, that really come through and get their moment to shine here with this film. And it's so great to see it do well at other international festivals, and I've been so excited for it since all the buzz was going around for it, even though I heard it be announced a few years ago. And one thing with the script is that it can really go down so many avenues that you would expect it to go down, but it doesn't. It's more of a focus on the Irish language and the loss of the Irish language in this nation, which is such an interesting thing to tackle, a major thing to do with identity, which is such a major aspect of Ireland as a nation. So to see it tackle it, and to tackle it so well, was refreshing. And visually, the film is absolutely rife with style. There's so many cool, youthful, fun shots. There's like a POV of JJ in the music room, and it's spinning around, and you see his eyes blinking, which is something you wouldn't usually get from a POV, but it's just such a nice addition and works for this film. There's a use of claymation, there's really fun handheld shots, and there's whip pans and zooms, and it's very energetic. It feels sort of a Northern Ireland version of Do the Right Thing, where it has such a unique style to it that really makes it stand out, and this film really has that unique style. And I think the unique style captures the zany, wild, out there mannerisms of the band and the group and the people that are involved in it and their music. That's what I have to keep going back to. This film consistently just captures the feeling of the music and elevates that to the big screen in such a seamless way. I couldn't tell you, I think it's evident that I really love this, and it's such an impactful thing here for Northern Ireland. to see a film like this come out, and it's doing well. I know a lot of people who have gone to see it and a lot of people who are planning to go and see it, which is just so fulfilling for Irish cinema and for somebody that has a love for it. This film, in a way, reminded me of my love for cinema because it's so personal to me and probably so many people that are from here. It feels like a voice. This generation, my generation in Northern Ireland, a lot of the time feels like we don't have a voice. We have no say in what is going on with this nation and the direction that it's going in, because we're so many years and miles behind everybody else, not just in the UK, but in a lot of Europe. And this film does show that. It makes a point on that. And it shows how annoyed and how restless that the youth here is, and how these three guys are major advocates for a language that is being lost. And I know people who have went and attempted to learn to speak the language because of them, because they're advocates for it, and they make it seem so exciting and so interesting to learn, and make it show that it's such a huge part of identity here for so many people. Fuck it, I might even go and learn the language. I probably won't. I probably should, and then I'll do it. And then I probably will just get busy or something and then not really do it anymore. This film, through and through, it's a film made for here and the people of here. I can see an American audience watching it and enjoying it because of the script, and the writing's so good, and there's jokes in here that anybody can get. Well, there's niche jokes that only people from here will get, so they'll definitely find enjoyment in it. And because it's so exciting and so well edited and so well shot, and the pace is fantastic, and the film just flows so seamlessly. I mean, Jesus, it has issues, and I've seen some fantastic films this year, some absolutely brilliant ones that are truly spectacular and are probably better than this. But I don't care, because they didn't speak to me on the same level that this film does. So my opinions may be controversial, because these guys are pretty controversial where I'm from. This video might be risque, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. So that's that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you when I see you.